today's video, I'm going to be showing you all the new best profit methods in this lucky race event on Pet Simulator 99. And some of these methods are the same as last week, but there is a couple that are a little bit different that I forgot about last week that are actually super overpowered that you should be doing this week. And there's a couple of new methods. So make sure you stick around and watch this video all the way through if you want to know how to make billions of gems every single day in this event. As you can see over here on the left side, I have now over 100 billion gems from using my own methods that I talked about in last week's video. So make sure you watch and see every single method that I do in this video so you can get yourself billions of gems and a ton of Titanic pets. And make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on the video. It helps a ton in the algorithm. And also, if you want to see other games, go subscribe to this YouTube channel right here. There's a ton of different indie game reviews that I think you would really like. Method number 1 is going to be actually way easier than last week because of something they just changed today. Hopefully by the time I upload this, they haven't nerfed it. But as you know, they just updated this lucky raid thing, and they actually made it so that you get XP way faster because if you did not know, there is a new lucky race right here where there's new Titanics, a new Gargantuan, and now the race is to get to level 50,000, which is absolutely insane. And because of that, they made it so it's way easier for you to get raid levels, which is perfect because now you can use one of the overpowered strategies to get yourself a ton of gems on a ton of different accounts really easily. And that strategy is getting to at least, I'd say, level 5,000 to 10,000, which is pretty easy now because you do need a pretty good amount of coins to do this method. And then all you have to do is go break through the raid, get all the way to the last area. None of this really matters. Of course, when you get into the last area, just make sure you go and break this because there is a chance at a Titanic. I'll never get a Titanic from this because my luck is terrible. The huge chance doesn't really matter that much for this method, but it is just extra profit, so try to get it over 200 if possible. And this method is still the same thing because the stat pets are the exact same as last week. The only difference is now, the only stat pet you're going to really care about is the lucky golem right here. The other ones don't really matter that much. And I want to preface, the only reason you should be doing this is if you have one of two of these things, and that is Pets Mastery all the way up to 99, because if you did not know, this gives you a chance to hatch rainbow pets, and then of course there's a chance at 90 to hatch golden pets, but you're really caring about rainbow. Or if you have the game pass that lets you hatch rainbow and golden pets, which is right here. If you do not have either of those, I don't suggest you do this because the only thing that's really worth that much is the rainbow version or the gold version of the golem. But for this method, if you have all accounts with high of either of those masteries or the enchant, literally all you have to do is just sit here and AFK and open these, and you will eventually get something good. I made like 300 million. Method number 2, which I'm just gonna say this in every single video because you just need to know exactly how overpowered this is, and that is being on right when the event drops, right when a new update drops, which they do it only on Saturdays at 12 p.m. EST. You can go translate that to whatever your time is. And there's many of different things they do during these events, but most overpowered is when they hide one of the admins around the map, and all you have to do is go up to them and click E to say that you found them. And then you actually get free exclusive eggs, which is absolutely insane. They also give out huge pets. They give out Titanic pets. I only got one huge pet. As you can see, actually from this admin abuse, I got 2 of these exclusive eggs right here. So I'm actually going to open both of them right now. I never suggest you open exclusive eggs. If you get them, just sell them. But because I got 100 billion, I'm just going to open them right now. Maybe I can get a huge pet. Let's see if the other one will give me a lucky thing. Let's click on it a couple of times and let's see. Can we at least get a huge pet? Let's see. Nope, I have still never gotten a huge pet from any exclusive egg I've opened. Now, method number 3, and this is how I made the most amount of gems last week. There is still better methods that I'm going to be mentioning a little bit later in the video, but this method is how I made most of my gems, and that's because I am usually just AFK most of the time because I'm editing videos for this channel and other channels, so I can't really be super active all the time. And that method is the Clover method. You literally just stand here, having just stand here, having auto farm does make it slightly better, but it doesn't really matter that much. And then you can put down a hasty flag, a magnet flag. You can put down pretty much anything you need. And then you just want to have an enchant loadout, something similar to like, it just really honestly what you're using. But I have something like this right here for this area. This is good if you're actually going to be tapping. You could of course get rid of the super lightning if you're not going to be tapping. The main things that you want to focus on here is the explosion, the speed, and the happy pets. These are really important. I actually don't think you should have fruity enchant, but just anything that makes your pets move around a lot quicker, because as you can see, my pets literally instant break everything. So the most important thing is to have your pets break stuff as fast as possible and then move as fast as possible. All you need for this is a shiny rainbow kitsune. If you need one of those, comment down below and I'll give you some of them. I gave away like over 40 last week. As you can see, these are all 6 of my accounts farming the clovers like I just talked about. This is exactly why I do this. As you can see right here, completely free to play account, has 1.1 billion worth of clovers on it. These should increase in price because a new event just came out and people are going to want the boosters again. So this is why free to play alt accounts are so overpowered. You need to have as many as possible if you can. In that same profit method, this is, you have to do a lot of research on how much the boosters are going for, how much the gift bags are going for, and then you have to look at the drop chances. But I do know a couple of my subscribers did say that it was becoming profitable to actually just open the gift bags that you got, these horseshoe gift bags. They said it was actually profitable just to open them and then sell these right here that you got, because like right now these lucky XP boosters just spiked up in price a ton, and so did these. So if you look at the market, it might be profitable, and if it is profitable, of course, just open them. Me personally, I don't want to do all that research, so I just sell them, but it can be a lot more profitable to open them, especially these first couple of days after the event. The next profit method, which this will take you actually being really active and you have to really look around at prices. And again, that is going to be the chest breaker enchant. And then if you have a lot of gems, the mega chest breaker. I think this one right here, if you have a lot of gems from last week's profit methods, this right here will be able to make you so much profit, because the max level is now 50,000 in the raids, and there is some chests in those raids because there's a new tier that is mythical tier. There is some that are so difficult to break that you almost need this enchant right here if you want to get on the leaderboard. So people are going to be paying crazy amounts for this one, but still the normal chest breaker is going to be super profitable. If you see people selling it under the wrap value, if you buy it, you're pretty much guaranteed to get profit. And with that same thing, you could go in the plaza, and while you're looking at those, if you don't have quite as many gems for the chest breaker, because it is like 300 million right now, day or two of this new update, these right here, the price of them, people are going to be selling them way lower or way higher than they should. So you can go in the plaza and easily snipe a ton of these for so much profit. I actually did this last week on Saturday, the update day, with a bunch of the gift bags, because people sold them for like 300,000 under the price they're going. And again, all I did was just price checked in the Big Games Discord. So just a summary, the things that you should be trying to flip is the chest breaker, the mega chest breaker, and then the 2 raid boosters, and you can buy gift bags to flip them. The next method is actually kind of 2 methods in one, and those 2 methods involve the lucky raid upgrades. Of course, you do need to have some damage increase, but as you can see, this is all the damage I have right here, and I'm like level 11,000 right now, and I still auto break everything like super fast. But the upgrading that's really important is increasing your better loot right here, because there's those chests at the end of the raid, and those give you gems that I've talked about last week. And when the auto raid is working, which sometimes the auto raid is working, sometimes it's not, you literally just have to test. Sometimes you have to hop servers and then it'll work. Sometimes it works in your own server. It really just depends. So that's all going to have to be you testing it. But if it is working, you should use at least 2 of these diamond books right here when you're doing this method I'm talking about. Whatever ones you have, empower both if you can. As you can see, it goes from 65 to 81, which is absolutely insane. I'm only going to empower one of them. So now that I made it to the end, as you know, these have like 200,000 in each of them. You can just go around and collect all of these. For some reason, half of them don't even show how many gems they drop for me anymore, like actual gift bags. But as you can see, that one gave me 60k, which is under the average. That one gave me 40k. What I meant by 2-in-1 right there, if you don't want to be fully AFK, of course you can break this right here for the chance at a Titanic. But if you are fully AFK, you do have a chance of actually dropping those leprechaun keys. And if you did not know, I of course don't have any of those leprechaun keys, sadly. But I think while AFKing for only like an hour last week, I was able to drop 3 of them. And those leprechaun keys are going to be extremely expensive. As you can see, they will stay expensive for at least 6 more days right here, because the leprechaun keys give you the most amount of these points right here for these clans. The only reason this clan is able to be up this high is because of the leprechaun keys. So that is why this method is good for the gems you get out of the chest because of how quick you go through the raids. And then also it's really good because you can have a chance of getting leprechaun keys, which you can just sell pretty much instantly for overpay to these clans that want to get really high on the leaderboard. Of course, if you do not want to be AFK, this is way better than the complete AFK method. This does involve a pretty good amount of luck. You would probably not want this better loot thing right here. Instead, you would want the Titanic chest luck, huge luck, all of those things. And then you would want more damage, more raid pets, stuff like this. And you would obviously go through the raid and just click on all of the levers, break all of the chests. That is always going to be extremely overpowered because you have a chance of getting one of the new Titanic pets. Surprisingly enough, a lot of these Titanic pets are extremely cheap. These ones are from the Forever Pack, so they're more. But like last week, they were going for 3.9 billion or something. But they're also really easy to get the first like 2 days of the update. If you are able to do a lot of damage, try to get those. I will just warn you right now, heroic mode was nerfed by half because now there's a mythical mode and a heroic mode. Heroic mode gives you 5 times huge in Titanic luck, and then mythical mode, which is the new better one, which I think you need 25,000 levels to unlock it, and you just have to press on the levers again to get it to work. That one gives you 10 times Titanic luck. Another thing, because of these lucky raid things, how they're gonna go up in price, I'll actually go in the plaza, because another method that I will be showing you really soon does involve the plaza. So you could do the thing that I've talked about in the past, and that is creating a bunch of all accounts and then claiming the free stuff from the Forever Pack and trading it back to your main account. Honestly though, instead of doing that, I would probably just suggest that you do the Clover method. Like I talked about, farming clovers is by far the best thing you can do. As you can see right here, these are already back up to 2 million wrap, and that's what I mean about buying these things if they are at wrap value right now. This might be over how much they actually are worth. Here they are for 1.4 million, so this one's not gone up nearly as much as the other one. They probably will still go up at least a decent amount in price, so I would say they're probably going to go up to at least 1.4 million. That's just my guess. Now the last profit method, and I just really want to always say this in videos, I actually forgot to mention this last week, but this is probably the best profit method. This is definitely how I've made the most profit. And what that is, especially because of admin abuses now, this is even more profitable, how they give out free ones of these exclusive eggs. As you can see, I will go over here to the machine and I'll go and search this new egg. So it says 152 million right now, of course, which is I think the cheapest exclusive egg there is that you can purchase right now. And because you can get these free from the admin abuse, you're going to want to try to sell them off almost every single time. People, especially the first day, so Saturday, people will sell these exclusive eggs for way lower than they should because they just got a bunch of them free from the admin abuse, so they want to get rid of them as quick as possible. And that is your opportunity to buy them for under wrap value, and then you can either hold on to them for a month until they're out of the shop, or you can just flip them a couple days later. It really just depends on whichever thing you want to do. Of course, if there's an egg that you go check in the Big Games Discord server and you see people say that they love all the pets in them so much. As an example, I did this with the SpongeBob egg, if you remember that egg from like a year and a half ago. And as you can see here, I have made over 20 billion profit from these SpongeBob eggs. I bought these for 45 million each. They are almost worth $1 billion now. This is why exclusive eggs are the best way for you to make profit. The quick blast profit method, I mean, it's technically a profit method. I would never suggest that you buy this. I've never bought any dev products like this right here. But if you are going to spend Robux, this is kind of a crazy deal right here. As you can see, you get 5 of these. Then you get 200 million worth of leprechaun keys. And then you get all of these as well. So you're getting like a lot of gems worth right here. So if you're pay to win, this is obviously your best way to make profit. You just buy this twice and you make over 1 billion gems. Just thought I'd let you guys know that you can do that. It's kind of bad, but those are all the methods for today. I hope this helped you. Have a good day.